वो दिन कितने प्यारे थे, ये दिन भी कितने प्यारे हैं। तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे, तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे। बाबा अब भी साथ हमारे हैं।
इस बेफिक्र बादशाही की निशानी क्या दिखाई देती? जितना अधिकारी उतना ही सर्व के सत्कारी, सर्वाधिकारी नहीं, अधिकारी की परख की सत्कारी से होती। सुनाया ना कि योग्य राजा की निशानी है सर्व द्वारा संतुष्टता के पुष्पों की वर्षाओं, वाह 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 के गीतों। ऐसी राजसत्ता प्राप्त की है पहले अपने समीप के कर्म साथी, घर में इंद्रियों को चेक करूं कि मुझे आत्मा राजा की स्नेह और शक्ति अर्थात लव और लाभ दोनों ही आर्डर में चलते हैं, सदा आर्डर में चलते या कभी कभी मजबूरी से चल रहे हैं या मोहब्बत से चल रहे हैं। दिखाओ मात्र है या दिल से। ऐसे ही सारे दिन के दिनचर्या में अपने कर्म संबंधी या कर्म के साथियों को देखो, उसके साथ सर्व संपर्क में आने वाले आत्माओं को देखो। मुझे राज अधिकारी आत्मा द्वारा कितने परसेंट में और कितने संतुष्ट हर्षित रहे, ये है राजसत्ता की यथार्थ अनुभूति। बच्चे, मैं आपके सदा साथ हूँ।
Om Shanti. Avyak signals. Become brahmachari, one who follows the activities of Father Brahma. Like Father Brahma, let your every word be an elevated version, not ordinary words, because your birth is not ordinary. It is alokik. Being alokik means having purity. A Brahmin means having the same activities as those of Father Brahma. Let your words be the same as those of Father Brahma. Let your activities be the same as Father Brahma. This is called following the Father. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vyakti Parivar. Today is day 5. Karankaravarhar. I am a child. Baba is the master. Now we will listen to Moini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. Knowledge is truth, and truth, the power of truth, can only be experienced when practiced. Last night I took on this homework of being incorporeal, a soul, and master of this body. But there was a beautiful experience, the feeling of relationship of soul and body. Soul loves body. Soul can be observer of the body. And I start feeling a very beautiful, loving relationship of soul and body. One is to have body consciousness, other is how soul is taking care of the body also. Knowing that subtle influences of the soul on the body. There is influence of attitudes on the body. There is influence of thoughts in the body. So it's like soul is, I was touching my arms and I said, soul is touching the arms. This was such a beautiful feeling, even from the body. Lightness. And then I had realization that how important it is for us to be incorporeal, to be in soul consciousness. Many of you might remember when we become Baba's children, when we are new, there's so much intoxication of making efforts and be soul conscious. Yeah, many of you remember. So I thought maybe certain percentage is left in us, which we didn't practice. So yesterday I felt that these lessons are so important to help us to complete our practices. Whatever percentage we didn't accomplish, now is the time to accomplish. So it was beautiful experience and I said realization, but also attainments, right? Effect of the soul on the body. And then whatever the state of body, it again affects the mind or the soul. Because it's relationship of soul and body. It's very loving, detached, and then how to use your body in an appropriate way. Not too lazy, not too much, right? So soul start talking to the body. And then the second practice of Baba is Karankaravarhar. Baba is the one who will really many things Baba takes care of. Whatever is visible, us doing service through words or whatever way. But there is such unlimited task. And many times Baba gives signal that that task has to be accomplished when you act in three ways through word, mind, thoughts, words, and actions, same time. But that's not the stage all the time, right? We do actions, right? It's not necessarily we are in Manmanabha or mind is with Baba. Same is while speaking, am I in remembrance of Baba? So we do service through thoughts and words, through actions. But there is a lot more to be done same time, which I think Baba is doing it. And we could certain times feel like you go for some task to meet someone. So we having conversation and there might be certain things which are missing, but they were supposed to be spoken for that task to be accomplished. And that's where you will find Baba is Karankaravarhar. He does it because it's his task, right? So more you start seeing this kind of presence of Baba wherever we are, we can see how in unlimited way Baba is getting his work done. And then this homework of I am child, Baba is master. A child shouldn't be thinking what will happen, how will it happen, this might happen, that might. Follow Baba's directions, and Baba is the master. He is responsible. Many times when we come to Baba, even now, Baba will suddenly give us direction to do something or go somewhere. Because in the beginning, even now, we get lot of invitations where Baba used to feel who needs to go. So one time I just mentioned to Baba, this place center is so new and you're asking me to go. It's only 9 months or 1 year. Baba said, who is the master? I said, you. Then Baba said, what is your problem? What's your worry? No, because we think of consequences, results, that might happen, this might happen. Baba said, no. All these centers are Baba shops. So if Baba changes one manager, send that manager to some other place. Let's say if the business doesn't go on same, that manager is not responsible. It's Baba, right? So we see loss and profit. We see gain in a different way. But the way Baba see everything is completely different. And I have so much experience of just thinking, Baba is the master. Today, few times a day, I use this to keep my mind calm, my intellect with Baba, whatever I could do on an unlimited way. And then I tell Baba, you are Karankaravarhar, you do it. It's not I'm not doing it. Whatever capacity, whatever way I could think or speak, I do it. But it's much bigger, much beyond than what I can do. Then I give Baba and I, Baba, you are Karankaravarhar, you do it. Really mind becomes peaceful, intellect becomes stable, no any other wasteful thoughts. Baba, you are Karankaravarhar, you do it. So I realize how important for us is to implement, right? Whatever I have to do it in practical. Really, lot of realizations come, understanding come, and there are attainments. So you want to do it more and more because our trust on that grows. Yes, Baba is Karankaravarhar. Otherwise, we believe it. It's in our intellect, but not really in our practical life. We use that relationship. So I think that each one of us should see, do your best, be responsible, and then, Baba, you are Karankaravarhar. Many, many beautiful stories, not only for me, but all of you must be recollecting that how at certain time Karankaravarhar did it. He is not visible, but his power can be seen when the things are done. Yes, Baba must have done it. Baba must have touched the intellect. Even today, Baba and Murli said, I'm not going to open the lock of anyone. You all have to make efforts. Baba has opened your lock, you open the locks of others. But that also, when we remember Baba, not asking Baba, we remember Baba, and that soul will feel the power, the vibrations, and suddenly the change could happen. There are many, many, it's happening with the families now. Suddenly they get awakened or their lock opens and they start loving Baba, they start understanding knowledge and of course it's, great happiness that whole family is in Gyan becomes so easy than only one person in Gyan. So use Baba's not only title but relationship. It's always in the task get accomplished when there are good relationship, right? So same is have such loveful relationship with Baba and then say, Baba, no, it's up to you. You are the master. You are Karankaravarhar. I am just your child. I will follow all the directions and you have to continue. So it had been very good since every night, we take something and whole night there is experience, then morning, then during day in different ways. So for me, it's working very well. I'm very happy about it. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Didi. Good
Om
evening,
Shanti.
everyone. Om Shanti. Beautiful. I liked what you were sharing. I wanted a few clarifications on something. You were saying that the mind affects the soul. The mind affects the body. Whatever the soul is thinking affects the body, and whatever we put into the body affects the soul. Um, and so I wanted you to elaborate on that a little bit.
Because when I was in soul consciousness, when I was looking at the body or I was touching some parts of the body, there was some very beautiful feelings of because soul, if I'm in soul consciousness, there is love, there is peace, and all that, touching the body. I could just feel it in the body. And then when body is restful, body internally is in a very good alignment, it also helps the mind, right? When your body is not functioning well, then it affects the soul or the mind. There's very deep connection. So one is to have like relationship of the soul with body has to be nice relationship, and whether talking to body or in the end when soul leaves body, that friendly relationship, not a bondage. Generally body is a bondage, right?
Right.
It won't be bondage, it will be like jivan mukti. You are in body, but soul knows how to take care of body. Soul will know in the end also what to leave body. Everything will be very, very beautiful. That's what I feel.
It was very beautiful. And the other thing that I thought was very interesting is when you were talking about the influence of thoughts and attitude on the body. Very similar to what you're just saying, that every attitude we have, every thought we have affects the body.
Yeah, because let's say certain things you don't like to eat. I'm just giving example. So when you don't like to eat and they are in front of you, right? So Dadi always used to say, but don't create like the feelings of dislike. Sometimes we make a face and say, oh no, this is not what I would like to eat. Why are you making faces on the food? No? So
Right.
Dadi always used to feel that, your attitude towards anything, whether food or a person, she always talked a lot about food too. That, we have, okay, when certain things are not good for you, maybe not healthy for you, but for other person, it's okay. So, but if I create those kind of heavy vibrations, it won't be good for others also, right?
Right.
So,
So let's
at,
say if I have a dislike to some food and I'm having to eat it because I don't have a choice, how would that affect the body?
no, that I don't think you can take if you don't like it. Not like in the sense of taste, but because of whatever reason, then you shouldn't eat actually, because it is not going to help in the sense of it could create some difficulties too, because it's no, that's why they say that in Yagya, when they were asked to eat millet and buttermilk for 2 weeks, so very delicate mothers like Queen Mother and them, they ate, keep singing Baba's songs, and they were very healthy. But there were some, how can that be? It's not good. Oh, I can't eat that. I won't be able to digest. And honestly, they all got sick. So it's a very subtle thing with the mind too. And that is why it's all right. People have different opinions about what is good, what is not good. It's all right to keep it to personal level, but then to make it like, say as a attitude towards something, I think it could hurt the body, and it could also, I think, create a atmosphere where other person likes it, and you sitting there and keep saying, I don't like. Another person is eating, let that person enjoy what is there, right? Like Dadi Janki always says that I don't stop anything, but I eat everything very little. Like I eat very little sugar, little salt, little, but some people completely stop it, right? And
Right.
then suddenly they feel, oh, they missed something. So I think there is a way to see whatever body needs, give to the body, but with lot of love. Don't create an attitude towards anything, right?
Right. Right. I've noticed, Didi, that many people have so much bhakti around food. Like it's like they keep creating, there's so much effort and all of that, the thoughts around it. So that's something really important what you're sharing about, when we are looking at something, to really have the right attitude, when you're eating something, to really have the right attitude.
That's why this time in Peace Village, Kalaben was saying, I don't know how many types of milk I should get. Everyone wants this one. So I said, you decide that Peace Village will get 2 or 3. And if they want personally, it's all right, let them. But she said, every day it's keep increasing. We don't eat this, we don't eat that. So that means if you are cooking, you have 10 types of cooking. It's not practical, right, when you are alone. And then when they like certain things, they eat it. Somewhere I think we become very delicate about and sensitive to these things. Right?
Right, right, right. It's a very touchy topic. You're right, Didi. And the other thing that was very interesting in what you were sharing was about the soul start talking to the body. You just touched upon it, like when you were saying, I touched it and there was so much love and all of that. I want you to take us a small meditation commentary on how you did that.
How do I talk? You are my chariot, and you are from the nature, and I love nature because nature sustains, nurtures the body, and when body is nurtured properly, then it also helps me as the master or driver of this chariot. So it's like, especially you must have seen with the horses, the master has to really, really love the horse. And whether they massage it, whether they pet the horse, and as much they do, that relationship between horse and the master get created. And when they are in the races or somewhere, some horses get very, very rebel. They rebel against master because the relationship broke. He must have hurt the horse or something. So that scene comes in front of me and said, you cannot hurt your body, you have to love your body so that body can cooperate at the right time, whether when there is no capacity or sometimes a body is going through something, but still will be very much in a very restful state. And I like to develop that more and more. Love for the body, respect for the body. Don't hurt body because of any reason.
Right, right, right. This is a more practical question. And you were saying that, when you were in a center, it was 9 months old, and Baba called you and said, go somewhere else. That was Baba. Sakar Baba was in front of you. He did. And for people like us, how would Baba talk to us? Because we don't want to get into manmat. Because if we start thinking, oh, Baba said to me, and I've noticed that a lot of some souls do that, and it's totally manmat.
It's always good to kind of confirm it with the senior, because sometimes if you are not sure, then you can take help. And also, like we had been talking more about, what would Baba want me to do. So that is one thing. But if Baba is telling me, then I think it will also come from the senior.
Okay.
Like I remember that many times we will tell Dadi, when will you call all of us back in India? Dadi won't reply. Just continue like this. And then time comes when there is a call, right? So I think that Dadis or seniors, they know how it should work. So instead of just doing on your own, it's good to consult so that
So do you feel your call is coming soon?
I am almost there, in the sense of not physically maybe, but people call, find out, say things, and so I'm involved. But yeah, they are definitely waiting.
We will definitely miss you. How would this be? I mean, how is this going to work out?
Yeah, it will work out.
Try
When
not to miss you too much.
when the right things happen, then I think everything works out. You will see how it works out. Maybe you all will be also pulled to be more in Madhuban, right?
Right. 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 Um, I think I have one more question, but yeah, we have a little bit more time, so I can ask this question. You were talking about how when we implement these things, like implement all of the practices that Baba has been talking about, like Baba said something very similar in Sunday's Murli about Nirakari, so Akari, and today's homework was very similar to that. And so you were saying that you get a lot of realizations and you have a lot of attainments from it. So I wanted to see, what are these practices? What were your realizations? Have you been sharing all your realizations with us, or have you been hiding something?
No realization like soul consciousness. I realized that how important it is and how much attention I should have, create more that, because as I said, I realized that when I began knowledge, a lot of attention on soul consciousness. But now we get into, different things, and it's not we lost that. Let's say if I created 60, 70% stage of soul consciousness, but somewhere we got lost. So I felt very good. The realization was that I must continue this more. And whole day I found that I was paying more attention, and many times the soul using body or some way I was practicing soul consciousness. So that was my realization, big realization actually. And then feeling the closeness with Baba. When you are soul, you are so close to Supreme Soul, right? But when there is ego or body consciousness, then you have to make efforts to connect with Baba. But in soul consciousness, there is no effort. So, but I liked it whole day, little bit of whatever were practices I was doing it. Or as I said, I used 2-3 times Karankaravarhar. I said, Baba, you take care now. I can do only this much, but keep my stage good and you become Karankaravarhar. And I'm sure he will do it, right?
Right, right. Thank you so much. Actually, thank you so much for practicing. So whatever you're sharing, I was thinking just now when you were sharing that you cover all subjects. Like it's so rich, it's everything, like there's gyan and there's yoga and there's dharana and there's seva, everything. And so thank you so much for being you.
Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Homework. Karankaravarhar. I'm a child. Baba is the master. Keep the fortune of yours in your consciousness that the Karavanhar, one who is inspiring actions, Father is making you perform each action, and then there won't be a burden. The burden is always on the master. There is never a burden on the companions. When you become the master, there is a burden. I'm a child and Baba is the master. And so the master is making me the child to do it. I'm a child and Baba is the master. And so the master is making me the child to do it. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much. It feels like we are full with so much treasures, morning, evening, and so much deep journeying and a lot of realizations. Thank you so much, Didi and Shirin Ben. It's wonderful chit chat. So, everyone ready to fly? That's good, no? We get everything full ourselves and then we fly, right? So, welcome to a Vikti journey. Gyan Sarovar, the lake of knowledge, where angels study.
Steam noodles.
पीछे रहो पीछे
Right, right.
अभी ओम शांति
Om
आप लोग भी हाथ पकड़ो
Om Shanti. Yes, see you tomorrow. So, thank you so much. Wonderful flight, and so many departments came to know. We didn't know. Yes, definitely. So, when you go to Madhuban, you will know exactly where to go for what, right? So, now we will do the reflection of the homework and then we'll take Drishti from Didi. And just to remind, tomorrow is Wednesday, so we'll be having children Murli class from 5 to 5:30. Rest of the schedule will remain same. Om Shanti.
Karankaravarhar, I am a child, and Baba is the master. Keep the fortune of yours in your consciousness that the Karavanhar Father is making you perform each action, and then there won't be a burden. The burden is always on the Master. There is never a burden on the companions. When you become the Master, there is a burden. I am a child, and Baba is the Master. And so, the Master is making me, the child, to do it.
करावनहार, मैं बालक, मालिक बाप। यह भी अपना भाग्य स्मृति में रखो कि बाप करावनहार हर कर्म में करा रहा है। तो बोझ नहीं होगा, बोझ मालिक पर होता है। साथी जो होते उन पर बोझ नहीं होता। मालिक बन जाते हो तो बोझ आ जाता है। मैं बालक और मालिक बाप है। मालिक बालक से करा रहा है। ओम शांति।
Om Shanti, everyone. Good night. Om Shanti. Good night.